Now let us discuss the second equation of motion. The second equation of motion states that S is equal to ut plus half at square. That means if an object is moving with an initial velocity of u meters per second and time is t seconds and the acceleration is a meters per second square, then the distance travelled or displacement will be s, and it can be found from the formula where s is the distance or displacement, because we are discussing only straight line, because we are discussing only straight line motion. Because in a straight line motion the distance and displacement mean the same thing. So s is the displacement or distance, u is initial velocity, t is time, and a is acceleration. Now let us derive the second equation of motion. We know that the average velocity is defined as v plus u upon t, or we can, the average velocity is the sum of initial plus final velocity upon time, or we can say v is the final velocity. So if a is equal to v plus u upon t and distance is equal to average velocity into time, or we can say v plus u upon t into time, so we can say that v plus u, or we know that v is equal to u plus at, so v is equal to u plus at plus u. Now we know that the average velocity is equal to initial velocity plus final velocity upon 2, and we know that distance is equal to average velocity into time, or we can say v plus u upon 2 into time. Now replacing v is equal to u plus at, we will get v is equal to u plus at plus u upon 2 into time, or we can say 2u plus at upon 2 into time, or we can say 2u t upon 2 plus a t square upon 2, or we can say d is equal to ut plus half at square. Here the distance is denoted by s, so the formula becomes s is equal to ut plus half at square. So we can say that the distance travelled in case of uniform motion can be defined as ut plus half at square. So this is how we can derive the second equation using the definition of average velocity and the first equation of motion. So let us discuss it again. Suppose we are given suppose we are to derive the second equation of motion, that is s is equal to ut plus half at square, where s is the distance or displacement, because we are discussing only the straight line motion, and in that case the distance and displacement means the same thing. So s can denote distance and displacement as well. U is the initial velocity, t is the time, a is the acceleration, and v is the final velocity. Average velocity can be, in the case of uniform motion, average velocity can be defined as initial plus final divided by 2, and using this equation we can derive the second equation of motion, because distance is equal to average velocity into time, because the velocity is equal to distance upon time, and so we can say distance is average velocity into time, because here we are considering distance. It can be considered as distance or it can be displacement, because in the straight line motion the distance and displacement means the same thing. Putting the value of formula of average velocity, we get v plus u upon 2 into t. Now we are replacing v with the first equation of motion. V is equal to u plus at, so I am replacing v with u plus at, and on solving I get s is equal to ut plus half at square. So this is how we can derive the second equation of motion using the definition for the average velocity in the case of uniform motion and the first equation of motion, that means v is equal to u plus at. So now let us take an example. Suppose we are given to solve this numerical in which we are given to calculate the distance travelled when an object is moving with an initial velocity of 5 meters per second and for 5 seconds when the acceleration is 2 meters per second is applied. In this type of situation, we'll write whatever is given, as it is given that the initial velocity is 5 meters per second, so u is 5 meters per second. Then time is given as 5 seconds and acceleration is given as 2 meters per second square, and we are supposed to find the distance travelled. So as we are given u, t and a, and we are supposed to find s, the formula that will be used will be the second equation of motion, s is equal to ut plus half at square. The next step will be to see the units, as we check that the units are the same. Here it is meters per second, it is second, it is again meters per second. As the units are same for all the quantities, we will not make any conversions and will directly substitute the values given. So it will be 5 into 5 plus half into 2 into 5 square. Now that I have substituted the values of u, t and a, I will try to calculate the result. That means 5 into 5 will be 25 plus 5 square is again 25 and I will get 50. So the answer will be 50 meters, or I can say s is equal to 50 meters. So in this type of situation, whenever we are given a numerical to solve, the basic method will be to read the statement carefully and then to identify whatever has been given. I was given the initial velocity, so I wrote u. Then I was given time, so I wrote t. Then acceleration was given, so I wrote a. And as I was supposed to calculate distance, so s was with a question mark and showing that this is to be calculated. Now I have seen that u, t and a is given and s is to be calculated. So I use the second equation of motion, because in the second equation of motion s is equal to ut plus half at square, u, t and a is required. So then I saw whether the values were right or were in the same units or not. As it was meters per second, it was second, and it was again meters per second, so the units was the same for all the quantities. Had it been the units would have been different, then I would have converted them to make them in the same units. Then I substituted the values of u, t and a and I calculated. So I found that s is equal to 50 meters. So this is how I can use the second equation of motion to calculate distance when initial velocity, time or acceleration is given.